Oh, that dramatic game on Wednesday night sent shivers down spines as Leeds fans began to fright. As the gap narrows down to 6, Leeds' defence needs a surefire fix. We prepare to battle a team with less points than Ben Foster's licence since August. A powerful display is needed, for with character, those 3 points we shall harvest. Hey guys, boy JT, welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. Of course, the series where we go through everything surrounding Leeds United. And of course, it is the Watford preview. That is a subject of discussion today, so I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into the meat of the action. So, Watford, fresh off a 2-0 hiding at the hands of Liverpool. A game where the visiting side failed to muster up more than 26% possession. 26%! Against the Jesse Marsche side, which is like the Mandingo of XG, pummeling teams left, right and centre. We are sure to create a plethora of chances. I tell you, against Liverpool, Watford got their goal peppered more than a fresh sirloin steak. And if Rodrigo's on fire tomorrow, then there is no chance that we don't walk out of there with 3 points. I tell you, I know we got a couple of last gasp winners, and I know things haven't been perfect. And a lot of people like to say it's a lot more tepid than the gung-ho football we got under Bielsa. But we've actually been carving teams open relatively easily and quite effectively. The new patterns of play have been involving the fullbacks coming into the centre of the pitch. The cutbacks have been saucy, and we've been causing some serious damage. But if you look at that Southampton game, again, the problem is we didn't put them away, but we created the chances. And it's only a matter of time before we actually start putting them away and finally get one of those nice 4 or 5-0 wins. You know, the sort of statement victories, the we ain't going nowhere kind of victories. The victories that condemn the other side to relegation and enlighten your chances of survival. That is the kind of victory we need tomorrow. Because I tell you, Everton and Burnley are up our cracks like the sun don't shine. They haven't seen sun for the better part of a month. They're so far up there. And I tell you something, it's not very comfortable. It's really not. Try to get them out of there. Try to wipe it. Try to use the Sudocrem. Guess what? They're stuck there and they ain't budging. The only way we're going to be able to budge them out of there is by getting some 3 points and oiling it up. So as we look forward to the massive 6-pointer tomorrow, we need to have a little look at the old injuries and suspensions list. Now, as I said, goals are needed tomorrow for Leeds. We need to put them to the sword. And the 2 key absentees for us hinder us in that department slightly. I'm talking Patrick Bamford, I'm talking star boy Joffy Gelhardt. Some real pedigree ballers here. That does mean yet again we're going to need another big boy performance from Rodrigo. However, due to the fact that Jesse Marsche likes to play him a little bit deeper in that midfield role, we're going to need quite a bit out of Dan James. Unless if he decides to slide Sam Greenwood up top again, but I don't really see that happening. I personally don't. But there is a but. What if, now hear me out, what if we started Rodrigo up front and then keep Klich in that midfield role, push him a little bit further forward, see what he can do with a little bit less defensive responsibility, because he himself has been fantastic recently. And I know it's kind of going against everything I say, because I'm the guy that's always saying Rodrigo needs to be playing in that number 10 role just behind the striker, because that's when I think he's got his best performances. But maybe, just maybe, give him a crack up top under Marsche. Put Klich in that pocket behind. As for Watford, their 2 key absentees are Nkulu and Bar, but it shouldn't really affect their lineup too dramatically. Or should I say, shouldn't affect how we line up against them too dramatically, if you know what I mean. As for the old 1-2-11, we're talking Meslier, Ayling, Struijk, Llorente, Dallas. Look, I know Cooper was good last week and maybe we have lacked his leadership, but so was Llorente. Llorente was actually the better of the 2, I thought. And I want to get Struijk back in there because I think he is our best centre-half. Forshaw and Kalvin in the middle. Oh, what a pleasure it is to have my boy back. Oh, and by the way, he's not going to Man U. It's a load of hoopla. Yeah. In the 3 just in front of that, Raphinha, James, and that man, Matthias Klich. That's right, tomorrow's going to be Klich on the shirt, Klich on the score sheet. You mark my words. Mark 'em like Upson. And then, of course, it is going to be Rodrigo up front. I just want to see what it's like. I want to see what Klich could do in that more attacking role, because he's been fantastic in the holding 2 with Forshaw. And I wouldn't even be taking him out of that role if it wasn't the fact that Kalvin Phillips is back there. And because we're missing Gelhardt, because I think Jack Harrison had a pretty poor game last week and he needs a little bit of a rest, honest, because Dan James hasn't really been doing too much of the business up front, I think we should try it. And hey, worst comes to worst, doesn't work after 45 minutes, you put Rodrigo back in the midfield, you put Dan James up front, Bob's your uncle. But I think we should try it. And for the score, I'm going 4-0. Anyway, guys, how confident are you guys feeling? Let me know your scores on the doors down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, it's been your boy JT, and I'll see ya very, very shortly. Au revoir, my brothers.